With the recipe pulled out of one of the best-selling video game franchises of all time, and with tweaks from a very curious YouTuber that specializes in mead, we are finally on the track to resurrecting Assassin's Mead and bringing back one of the most unique and best spirits we've ever made.
Oh!
Oh my gosh.
Wow. I knew Brianna had never played Skyrim. It's like, all right, well, I'll bring in Kyle. You tell me you've never played Skyrim.
Actually, no.
Get a book, man.
Dragonborn!
No, but I was looking at the new mods available this weekend. They got better graphics and maybe some quality of life
Why
stuff.
do you care about mods if you've never even played the core game?
But if you pick more extreme settings to the full mods that we just went through, you'll get more. I'm just trying not to make this get age restricted on YouTube.
Charlie from Golden Hive Mead, thank you so much for being here.
For a lot of you that play Skyrim, you're probably familiar with Vlod's Juniper Berry Mead.
The mead with juniper berries mixed in will heal 20 stamina but reduce stamina regeneration by 30% for 40 seconds.
If you look in the Skyrim recipe book on the video game, you can actually see the specific recipe and make it yourself. And so I tried that, and I also made my own version of that recipe.
Here's the thing though, it was like, damn it, Charlie, did you just want to put Skyrim on something and then you put together a thing, but you left the base elements the same and then you just built from there?
Absolutely. I made that. It was great. That's what I shared with you guys.
Let's put together the official Skyrim mead recipe, and then I want to distill that, see what's coming out as an alcoholic spirit. But first, let's put this mead together. Crushed juniper berries. Yeah, very ginny, juniper, of course, it's nice. Dried yarrow, it's very wild, flowery. Have you ever used dried yarrow?
No idea what to use it for.
Well, it's going in a drink. This is going to be the dried hibiscus.
Really good flavor, and it adds a ton of color.
Oh, is the color already changing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mead, you got to have the honey.
This stuff will ferment all the way out, totally dry. Concentrated sugar. That's why we're gonna dilute it down with some water.
Thanks, bees. Oh, that looks cool, man.
Yeah, I left this bottle outside so it could warm up and be a lot easier to pour. All right, that's 3 pounds.
All that honey is just stuck on the bottom. It's Skyrim. It's a Bethesda game.
Yeah.
There's mods.
So this is a modified recipe from Charlie that he says is an improved version.
All right, we got our smushed junipers.
Elderberries.
Oh, yeah.
Those are probably sweet.
Well, that smells good.
Yeah. Almost like a blackberry jam kind of sweet.
The berries that you would get in healthy cereal.
Yeah.
The dried lemongrass,
Citrus notes, I think.
like kind of a dried hay character to it. Red rose petals,
They're rose petals.
exactly like a rose.
Hibiscus again.
Boom, you got that black tea.
Orange peel.
Oh, yeah.
I believe I got the sweet orange peel as opposed to the bitter orange peel.
Yeah, this is very herbal tea type stuff. Whoa, look at that. It just let go. And then we're gonna add the honey.
Rest of the honey.
Yep, wildflower honey.
Yeah, this is raw, unfiltered.
It says it also contains some royal jelly in there. Dude, the original recipe for Skyrim mead, and then we have Charlie's modded.
Yeah, so this idea is we'll distill both of these and see which one would work better as a distillate.
I'm interested to see what comes through the distillation process. The things that carry through,
Holy crap, that's a lot of sugar.
that's gonna make the distillation even easier.
Yep, a lot more alcohol to pull out of it. Let's get it over there, get the fermentation going.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
We have both versions right here.
Yeah, so this is the Elder Scrolls book recipe.
We put together this mead, it's like, man, there's not a lot of components.
Actually, I'll let you try it first, and then I'll kind of talk about why I decided to put certain ingredients in there.
Really not bad. It's not off-putting at all. It's a nice nose.
Yep.
A musty honey.
Yeah, and this has only had about 2 weeks to ferment, so it's not totally settled out, but we're not aiming to make mead, we're aiming to make alcohol with all those mead flavors.
dry and clear.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm going to be basing my opinion on these meads on which is the most worthy of the Dragonborn.
Totally fair.
When it comes to whiskey, we know a thing or two about grains.
I love bread, so I'm really excited about this sponsor, you guys. So Wild Grain is the first baked from frozen subscription box.
From frozen to fresh baked in under 25 minutes. In some cases, a lot less than 25 minutes. You're gonna have something baked in your home. Real sourdough, artisanal pastries, hand-cut pasta. So in terms of making it more convenient and easier to make sure you're getting high quality stuff, the quality, it's like I would gladly get that out of any bakery. I do love me a good sourdough.
You could eat a whole loaf.
You are supporting small bakeries and it's clean ingredients. It's surprisingly good. It's exceptionally good.
We took it out of my fridge, we baked it, and it was fucking amazing.
That slow fermentation process with the sourdough, it's gonna be richer in nutrients.
That's good with nothing on it.
The waffles.
Oh, the waffles. I
Yeah.
love these.
They were so
They got the
good.
stuff to bake
You don't
in.
even need syrup and butter.
It's just baked in there. It's baked in there. If you want to check out Wild Grain, be sure to click on my link in the description and use my code WHISKEY to get $30 off your first box. Plus, you're going to get free croissants for life.
Is that for real?
$30 off your first box.
Shut the hell up.
They're dropping croissants.
Free croissants
They're dropping
for
croissants in there.
life?
Skyrim juniper berry mead isn't bad by any means, but it tastes more similar to a traditional mead that would maybe just have honey or even a flavored honey. And I just thought there needed to be a little bit more to it, a little bit more complexity for what I like.
So yeah, I'm not getting a whole lot of influence from those botanicals.
Yeah, it's simple, but it's not bad.
Yeah, to me, it's like a standard sweet mead with just a touch of botanicals just to make it a little bit more musty.
I feel like that's a good description.
Yeah, I like it. So this is the upgraded version.
The base is still juniper and hibiscus. I didn't want to change that. I did want there to be more bold fruit flavor. I wanted the flavors to be a little bit more intentional and earthy. There are also more pronounced floral notes with the rose on top of the hibiscus. Should be a little bit of tannins from the black tea leaves, which I find are a total game changer for mead. But the key in this recipe, actually, in my opinion, that helps sort of balance everything is the hint of citrus, and that comes from the lemongrass and the orange peel. I think it just gives it just a touch of vibrancy to help kind of sort of tie everything together.
If I had to choose a single word, it would be it's jammier.
Yeah.
It's more of like a fruit jam kind of character.
I'm really curious to see, because there are juniper berries, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe distilled juniper berries are how gin is made. So I'm curious if we'll get any sort of, resemblance of gin in the final product.
There might not be enough juniper in it because I'm not detecting any juniper.
At this stage?
Yeah.
Different flavors show up at different times. So there may be a cut somewhere in there where, oh my gosh, that's where the juniper is living.
I'm so excited to taste the final product. I'm so happy that we're leaving this up to the professional. You guys are doing this. What do you anticipate that this final product will taste like? Because I don't even know what a distilled mead, I'm not even sure what to expect there.
The honey shows up. Now what happens when it goes into the still and all those extra botanicals start showing up in different ways?
What kind of cuts are we thinking? We might make it like a nice wide heart just so we can get the most amount of
Yeah, I'll
flavor in
probably do medium wide.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
So whenever we send you guys these, like just try to hold off trying it until...
I'll do my best. I can't wait to see how it turns out.
It may be a horrible failure. We'll see. What do you hope?
Hey, that's all right. I've got plenty of those too.
All right, real quick, we had Emmett from Clyhammer Supply. He was lurking in the background for this conversation, so he knows what's coming in the next segment. He was very self-conscious because he pulled a potato cam out of the drawer, not expecting to be recorded.
Kyle will probably murder me if we use this footage in the video because of
Don't worry about it. You pulled a camera out of the drawer. Just we all know you're a pretty man. While we were waiting on that mead to distill, I'm going to give you an update on another distillation experiment we did. We barrel-aged vodka back in the day. It's a neutral spirit that goes into a barrel. What is the barrel putting into that vodka? This is what happens whenever you just get the flavors from the whiskey barrel. And now we put that aged vodka back into a still and isolated those barrel flavors to see what a distilled barrel profile would taste like. We finally have that ready. Oh my God, does that say 72% ABV? Obviously, this is a very, very limited run. You got silly goose, silly old goose, and then you resurrect it with zombie goose in the description below while it lasts. All right, we finally have the spirit run for the mead from Skyrim. Now, we have Clawhammer Supply, we have Golden Hive mead, and we're gonna do this tasting. None of us have tried this yet.
You guys always drink this early in the morning?
Unfortunately,
Yes.
Yeah. Let's start with the Skyrim. We're gonna do the 100 proof. I think it was coming out of the still at about a 125 proof. But we took it down to 100 just to like take y'all's heads off. But on the nose, what are we finding?
Smells really good.
Right?
Yeah.
Really
honey, floral, there's berries in there.
I was totally expecting like an Everclear, like straight burn to the brain when I smell it, but got a pleasant sweet aroma.
Yeah.
wild how much sweetness is perceived.
For the original recipe, it's honey, dried juniper berries, yarrow flower, and hibiscus.
That sweetness isn't brittle and thin and shiny. I mean, it is like rich and plump. It's in the
Very
center of that.
strong. All right, y'all.
All right.
Let's do this.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Oh,
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
that is insane.
beautiful.
That's so much honey.
Oh,
It's like so thick and slippery, but not in a bad way. Then the flavor hit, which was, it kind of blew my mind. I wasn't expecting just the explosion of kind of popped off like a flowery, very nice, not in like a perfumey bad way, but I wasn't expecting whatever happened in my mouth. It was a good thing.
right?
Really complex, but it's not overpowering in any way. It's really, really pleasant. And it's very nice. Super unique as well.
It just concentrated the honey, which is kind of what you hope for. All right, Charlie, I don't make you nervous, but we just set a very high bar.
Yeah.
I'm totally blown away by that first one.
All right, on the nose, what are we finding?
Oh, okay.
Charlie, remind us what was in here.
Same thing as the original the Skyrim recipe, but I added elderberries, and then I also added rose, lemongrass, and orange peel.
It's less honey forward.
I wonder if it's the orange peel.
You know what I was gonna say, I do get a little bit more of a citrusy, like vibrancy notes to this one.
Rose to me.
Yeah, getting rose coming through pretty good.
Shall we?
All right, let's do it. Cheers.
Oh wow, way different.
Oh,
Wow.
so good.
Man, for 10 in the morning here, 10:30, this is tasting really nice.
Very nice. I feel like I do prefer this one a little bit. Like it's a little more balanced, but they're both really, really good.
Yeah.
Definitely getting the rose. And I'm not usually a big rose guy, not gonna lie.
Rose guy.
But it's very subtle. It's kind of nice.
For me, the first one was like amazing. My mind was blown, but I really got like the straight up well-balanced honey profile. Whereas this one, I can actually like pretty easily pick out the other notes. What surprises me about all this, part of me thought that it was almost going to turn out to be more of a gin with the juniper, but I don't get that at all.
I think if somebody's looking for that obvious honey forward distilled mead, then the first one.
Agreed.
No doubt, honey. If somebody wants something that's just nicely put together with nuance and complexity and layering of flavors that play well together, I think the one that you enhanced, I think it came together as a beautiful spirit.
Yeah, if you go back to the first one, here, smell that first one and compare it, his improved version has so much more body and character.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It is surprising how much of the botanicals come through, but then I guess, is it though? Because when you're distilling essential oils, I mean, that's how you're concentrating those flavors and the aromas and whatnot. I think nice job all around. They're both delicious.
Yeah, they're both very nice.
Surprisingly reminiscent of the original meads that were distilled, which that just comes as a surprise to me, just how much it actually it pulls and highlights all those flavors.
Kudos to Kyle for distilling this. One of the earliest experiments we did in the distillery was we took blended mead with orange muscat wine, ran it through a still, and put that spirit into a barrel. We called it Assassin's Mead. What was crazy about that is how much the honey showed up. We're gonna need to put some more of this in a barrel because
Definitely.
I can't imagine how good this would be aged with some oak.
I definitely want to scale that up. That turned out beautifully.
Yeah, man.
All right, Kyle, you mark your set, go.
Okay. Very pleasantly surprised. What are the next steps for this one, or what do you guys have planned?
Okay, we have a last minute change of plans. This unaged Assassin's Mead turned out so good, we realized we can release this as is. Now, the barrel-aged version of Assassin's Mead in the Patreon, we're gonna be having some votes on what barrels this should be landing in. But in the meantime, the unaged Assassin's Mead, we're gonna call it Assassin's Tea, because it's got the botanicals in there. We're gonna be doing Charlie's modified Skyrim recipe to help put together this very first batch of Assassin's Tea, going through the pot still. Assassin's Tea, we're gonna be shipping in about a month and a half to 2 months, definitely before Christmas. That link is gonna be in the description down below. Don't forget, you also have that zombie goose with its hazmat mile-high proof for the morbidly curious. Charlie, Golden Hive, where can people find more of you?
All platforms will be at Golden Hive Mead. Just bottled my version of this updated recipe. So if you want to see that full mead video, definitely check that out.
Gentlemen, Clawhammer, where can people find more of you?
Clawhammer Supply on all the social media platforms, and then you can also check us out on our website, clawhammersupply.com.
Thank you for your morning.
Yeah, appreciate it.
It's a way to start my Monday.
It's all downhill from here, man. All right.